Hey, it's Chris. Welcome back to our indie app journey. I want to share with you the state of things. It's kind of exciting because these three apps at the top, these were launched a couple of weeks ago, and Apple gives you an initial boost. So now that boost is over, and I want to see how they've been doing. The good news is that they have been still getting impressions and getting some downloads, which means that, yes, if you just keep building and publishing apps, these numbers will definitely all add up. Now, the cool thing is that we've made a bit of money. So the Photo Delete Swipe Cleaner made $1, and actually it's $2 because today, May 16th, it's made another dollar. I don't think I've ever been so excited to see $1 in my life because it is validation that somebody is finding $1's worth of value. So let me tell you the thing about this app. I first priced the in-app purchase for, I think it was $14. After a week, no one bought. I lowered it to $5. After a week, no one bought. I lowered it to $1 and people started buying. So somewhere between $1 to $5 is where people feel that the value for this app is at. Now that's good news because I know for a fact that other competitors in this space have more features than my app does. So that tells me that perhaps if I invest some time and effort into building more features for this app, I might be able to increase the visibility for it, increase the revenue for it. So that's probably what I'm going to work on. Another thing I want to point out is the fact that this app can be used for free, even if people don't pay. So that explains how come there's more sessions versus the other apps. Now this app is the other extreme where if you don't buy during the onboarding process, you can't use the app at all. So that's why the sessions are so low. Now, another thing I want to talk about for the Photo Delete Swipe Cleaner is looking at the app rankings. This is the keyword I was targeting, Photo Delete Swipe, and I'm still ranking really, really low. The thing is, the competition wasn't as high when I built this app, and it's gotten higher. So I think that there are more apps coming out in this space. I think I might actually target a different keyword because I was looking at this list and this other one stood out here. The competition is lower and we're already ranking for this app. So in my next app update, I actually might change to target this one instead. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's switch gears and talk about our next app because we're not going to stop. We're not going to give up. Now, this one is a little different because with this app, I'm going to try to do a lot of marketing and focus on that. The app itself won't be very complex. It's just an affirmations app, kind of like the popular one out there is called I Am, and they do a lot of marketing. But this one is targeted at parents because I am a parent. I know a lot of parents, and I think parents struggle with a lot of stress and anger, frustration, loneliness, things like that. And actually where I got this idea is a funny story. I was in the US visiting and there's this store called Five Below. And then you know how they have those little spinner racks by the checkout counter of like little things that might catch your attention, whether it's like candy and gum or magazines or something. So I saw this pack of just affirmation cards. And you know, a lot of people think affirmations are fluffy, and I don't know how I feel about them, but whenever I read one, it makes me feel good. I get like a 5-second dopamine hit. Like, yeah, today I feel healthy. Today my mind is clear, my body is healthy, and my soul is at peace. It makes me feel good reading it. So I didn't know this, but after I did a little bit of research into affirmations, there's actually scientific evidence and backing that affirmations actually help you put yourself in a better mental space. So anyways, that is what we are building, and we did a wait list for this. JC made this in Framer really, really quickly, and we're trying to adopt moving fast and not caring about being perfect. So what I've done so far for this app is just spend a lot more time doing research because it's not going to be one of these apps where we kind of like build and forget. The fact that we are going to be promoting this app, talking to people about it, spreading it to our friends and family, I think it means that we have to actually believe in the app and we have to stand behind it. So that's why we're diving deeper into this app. Like, what is it that we're actually trying to solve? And this is just me having conversations with Google Gemini and ChatGPT, which is really, really helpful, by the way, because you can ask some really hard questions. And I know these models have a tendency to just be yes people and just affirm what you're saying, but you can ask some critical questions about whether or not this is a good idea. Anyway, so that's really, really helped us. We've also scoped out other competitor apps. So this being the big one right here is IM scoped out their onboarding process. They ask a ton of questions, and we're just trying to come up with our own strategy. And so what we've done is we've come up with a bunch of different personas, like the new parent, the working parent, the stay-at-home parent, single parent, things like that, and what sort of problems they might be dealing with in that situation and what their day might look like. And so by understanding this, we might be able to deliver more timely and relevant affirmations for these different personas. So that's what we're trying to do here. In terms of marketing, I'm trying to create a general app marketing playbook that anybody can use, because we're learning about all of these different things. And I think it's important to write it down so that we can organize our thoughts and actually try to apply them. So that's what we're going to be doing for our affirmations app. And as we apply these different strategies, I will be updating playbook with specific steps. Just to break it down for you again, level 1 is kind of what we've been doing for these couple of apps that we've got here, which is pretty much nothing except ASO. And what we plan to do is all 3 levels. So building in public is one of those things. I'll probably be doing that on the Code with Chris social accounts, as well as Indie Hacker, things like that. A lot of organic strategies, such as social media posting, SEO, and things like that, we could do as well. Submitting to directories, Reddit communities, participating in those and things like that. Essentially, that's all brand building stuff, Paid ad is probably the last thing we are going to tackle with the app, because I feel like in order for you to do that, you have to have a monetization scheme in your app that actually works, right? So I think you'd have to first prove to yourself that your organic users are converting to paying users, seeing what that funnel looks like before you turn on the tap of even more users into your app, because then you can know how much you can afford to pay per install. And that's important to know for paid ads. So on this indie app journey so far, I'm having so much fun for a number of reasons. For this strategy, I know that if I keep building apps, I will succeed. And this app is showing promise. So I can't wait to see what happens when I invest a little more time into it and build out its features. Feeling very optimistic about that. I'm also feeling really good about this new project that we're doing, this affirmations app for parents, because it's something that I feel can help a lot of people. It's something that I feel good about marketing and talking about. I can't wait to learn all of this stuff and apply it. And also, I am excited to share everything I learn and continue building out this Your App Store 1K course, especially the marketing module. Everything that we're learning, we're documenting in this course inside CWC Plus. So speaking of this course, I am going to document my specific steps for both improving this app, building up that portfolio, like picking your winners and improving it, and also specific steps for doing your bigger project and starting the whole building in public and marketing stuff, like setting up a landing page to capture people for waitlist and things like that. I'll document all of those steps so that you can apply them as well. So thank you so much for following along. I know we don't have much results to show and it's not super duper exciting, but I think realistically, this is what the indie app journey looks like, especially for someone who is starting new. And that's been my goal for this series, to be transparent and show you what it's really like. So hopefully we find success. I can feel it. We're getting closer with each passing thing that we do, even though a lot of them don't bear fruit yet, but still, it's part of the journey. If you're interested in checking out this course, check in the description for the link, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.